Good afternoon, curling fans. Going to get underway here at Ardsley Curling Club for the Big Apple Bonspiel 2022. In just a few minutes, we'll be marching out the curlers led by our bagpiper. Action getting underway in just a few moments, so stay tuned. Just about to get underway here at Ardsley Curling Club. We have the bagpiper pipe out the curlers, have the traditional shot of whiskey, and we'll be getting started in just a moment. The Big Apple Bonspiel this year has a sponsor. The sponsor of the Big Apple Bonspiel is Jamie Gallardi, Real Estate and Renovations. So we thank Jamie for his sponsorship of this event this year. It's good to be back at Ardsley for the Big Apple after a couple years off due to COVID. And we'll be back hopefully every year from now on out with this 2022 Bonspiel. Our featured game on sheet B, that's the center sheet here, we have the Icebreakers with Jeff Casper as skip, Lauren Kleinis as vice, Rooney Kleinis as second, and Chase Hodgson as lead. And they'll be playing the Massholes from Broomstones Curling Club in Massachusetts. And Kim Jennett is the skip, Jake Davis as vice, Dimitri Ryback as second, and Elizabeth Brown at lead. And as always, if you're out there watching us on YouTube this afternoon, feel free to chat your comments, questions, other remarks into our chat.
And that's especially true for Danny Casper and I'm missing where we are here. Oh, and Marius Kleinis. We would like your strategy suggestions since your folks are playing in the feature game on sheet A.
That's right. We believe that Danny has either rubbed off on his father here, which would account for why Jeff is actually in the finals today. Yep. Or we're trying to decide whether it's the other way around, and Jeff was actually a secret, superb curler that Danny inherited from.
Yeah. Jeff did say it was the other way around.
That he got it from Danny.
Yeah.
I think there was going to be some substance testing after Jeff won his last game. And also we're checking Jeff for electronic listening devices to see that Danny wasn't secretly sending strategy to Jeff during the game.
Maybe introduce the other sheets. By the way, it's John. This is Michael Shalhoub, and John Schuster's doing the main introductions here.
Not that John Schuster.
Not that John Schuster. Although you've been confused for that from time to time.
I have. Except when it comes to getting free beer in any bar in Minnesota, I'm always denied.
Keep trying.
I'll keep trying.
As you can see, the games are underway. We'll finish introducing the teams and then talk about the games. So on sheet A, make sure I've got this right, we have Team Foster, who are throwing the Red Rocks. Get my list here. Skip is Kyle Foster, therefore it's Team Foster. Vice Dan Tintel. Second is Tom Madalenas, and leading is Jesse Mills. And over on sheet, well, actually they're playing. I can't skip this because from our club. The St. Andrews team, skipped by Derek Kaiser. Vice is Greg Poole-Dayan. Second is Saray Politano, and the lead is Derek's daughter, Dana Kaiser. Sheet C in front of me. Sheet C of the Irish Rovers, and they are throwing Red Rocks. They're from the Nutmeg Curling Club, skipped by Diane Maldani. Vice is John Corelli. Second, Liz Brown, and Daniel Villagomez. And also on sheet C, Chesapeake 1 from the Chesapeake Curling Club, skipped by Matt Switzer. Vice is Russ McNair. The second is Jacob Aylward, and the lead is Ross Rolson. Enjoy. So on sheet A, it looks like the Massholes have hammer, and we are into the seconds rocks.
And a little bit earlier this morning in our 10 a.m. draw, we had the D event final against the Nutmeg Rangers and the Luzerne Blue Sox. And the winner of that game, that was the D event winner, was the Luzerne Blue Sox. They came to Ardsley this year from Luzerne, Switzerland. And Nutmeg Rangers are from Nutmeg Curling Club in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So we welcome our international guests here to Ardsley. Hopefully they'll be able to come back and make this an annual event for them, and hopefully we'll get some folks out to the curling club in Luzerne.
Looks good. Yep. All the way.
And Danny and Marius join in on the YouTube chat to provide advice for your folks. Plus, it'll be fun for them to listen to later on when they rewatch this video. On sheet A, it looks like the Massholes are lying 3 early. Jeff's looking to chip out 1 and roll over in front of the other red. The other 2 sheets, A and C, have a ton of guards up in play.
Well, you can get in-game advice electronically if you can manage to not get caught, which we believe Jeff is doing. I guess we will call it the Casper rule.
So Barry, you'll be offering advice, or are you prohibited from doing that?
I think Barry is looking to get advice from his former junior curler, who is
so on sheet A, the Icebreakers made the hit but didn't roll quite as far as they would have liked. And it doesn't. The yellow rock got removed but didn't roll over. Nice tap back by Rooney. It's hard to tell from where we are sitting whether who shot yellow or red.
Let's see, we can go to the overhead cam view here.
Looks like red, right?
More of a fuzzy view, but it does look like red is got about half a stone in the 4-foot. Yellow is
Wait till there.
A little less than the first one.
2-3. That's going down.
Game up.
Massholes tried to remove the yellow, but ended up jamming in the back of the 4. Gotta imagine Jeff just put the broom down. Jeff is going to be looking for a guard somewhere near the center.
Maybe a little less. Yeah.
And since Jeff is throwing it. He only has himself to blame if it doesn't get in the right spot.
Well, we blame Jeff for everything. Whether he misses or not.
Guard is underway. And it looks like it's ending up in a pretty good spot. Possible double for red to line 3, 4. We're down to skips rocks on all 3 sheets now. Foster is line 1. On sheet B, it looks like the Massholes are trying that double. Away. The Massholes got the top yellow out, but yellow is still sitting shot. Missed the double, but removed one of the 2 stones. On sheet A, Derek Kaiser is throwing his last against 1 rock. Looks like he's trying to hit that red, and if he does, he should be line 4. Over on C, the nutmeg team is line 1. Jeff Casper throwing a guard on sheet B. Derek Kaiser throwing a takeout on A. Jeff was a little heavy on B, but it looks like yellow is still shot. And Derek is line 4 on sheet A. Over on C, the Chesapeake skip is lining up his shot. I can't tell whether it's their last rock or not.
Don't know, but looks like red is now sitting 1 in the 8-foot. And Chesapeake has a stone. Their closest stone is at the edge of the inside edge of the 12. Well, that over on sheet C, that put Chesapeake up, tap up into the 4-foot for their Yellowstone. So they are now shot rock.
All right, on B, Hammer Rock is on the way. Kim, I think, is trying to tap red into yellow in the forefoot for 1. We'll have to wait for them to hang a score on sheet A. So it looks like Team Foster probably scored 1 on sheet A. Team Casper stole 1 on sheet B. And Diane Meldani is, I think, throwing her last on C for the Nutmeg team. Icebreakers lead was unable to reach the hog line with their shot, so it comes out of play. So John, talking and trying to watch 3 games and keep people updated at one time is kind of a challenge.
Well, that's why we need 6 more commentators.
2 for each sheet?
2 for each sheet. We need 6 cameras and 6. We need a larger broadcast studio. I think our broadcast studio is calling it studio is sort of a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah. Barry, come down here so we can cover some more sheets.
So we're on sheet A, though. Team Foster did take 1 point in the first end. Chesapeake 1 is up 1-0 after 1 end against the Irish Rovers from Nutmeg.
And even though they didn't hang a score on B, I'm pretty sure it was 1 yellow.
I believe it was 1 yellow on B. But we'll wait for final confirmation. I don't think they had more than 1 stone in the forefoot.
Right.
So would have had to miss them raising something unexpectedly.
So they tried to chip the yellow out, but ended up taking their own out and leaving yellow in the house. Jeff looks like he's lining up a hit on the red rock in the forefoot on sheet B. On sheet A, there's a couple of corner guards for Saray Politano to draw around behind. Nice little hit and roll for Team Icebreakers on B. Saray's rock didn't curl as much as Derek would have liked. And Team Foster's looking to take it out. On sheet C, the Nutmeg team has 1 rock in the forefoot behind a center guard and drawing probably for a second one around there.
Looked like the Massholes missed their double, trying to double out those yellows. I think Jeff is Team Casper is or Team Icebreakers.
Looks like you may need to sweep this. There they go.
Take out on this Masshole stone.
Successful.
Looks like it will hit and stick.
On sheet A, at least for right now, the setup for the St. Andrews team looks pretty good with the center guard and the 12-foot and 2 other yellow rocks, but both of those are behind the tee line. Another half shot on sheet B, attempted double, were successful in removing one of them. And sorry for the dead air. We were grabbing a quick bite. Looks like on sheet B, Jeff was attempting to freeze to the back red, came up a tiny bit short, and probably leaves red the ability to double those two yellows out and sit a whole bunch of rocks. On sheet A, it looks like Derek Kaiser's trying to run back to remove the red in the forefoot. Rock is on its way. Sweepers are holding off. Made contact with the red, but just pushed it through the house, wasn't unable to hit the object rock. And the Massholes on B did a nice job of cleaning up the forefoot for their later shots, but right now yellow is still sitting shot rock, although the reds are number 2, number 3, and number 4, so Jeff is in a little bit of a potentially a precarious situation. And if we're talking less about sheet C, it's because of the way our audio and video studio is set up. The angles are harder to see. All I can see is that there are a lot of rocks in play, a lot of guards, and
Well, right now, Nutmeg is sitting shot rock with one red stone in the forefoot over on sheet C.
Casper's draw on sheet B is on the way. This is a big shot. He's got the potential to give up a big end unless the rock's in a good spot.
Looks like it's a little bit hot there.
Looks a little heavy. It's coming down. Should stop in the house somewhere.
So doesn't look like it. Unless it's going to stop at the back of the 12 foot. Yeah, it does
Right.
stop at the very back of the 12 foot. Probably not a factor for either team at this point.
So basically, it looks like a nose hit for 4 for the Massholes. And on sheet A, Kaiser is throwing his hammer rock. This time he's trying to run yellow back into red before he was trying to run red into red. Rock never curled up, and red scores another on sheet A. On sheet B, the attempted hit for 4 is on its way. Sweepers are staying off it, now on. And it is 4.
So big end for the Massholes.
Score is now 4-1. They're up 3. And on sheet C, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rocks in play with still 2 to come. Red is lying 1 covered by guards on the forefoot, and they look like they're attempting a slight angle raise to remove the red from the forefoot. Rock is on its way on sheet C. sweepers jump on it. Sweep call was a touch late there. Rock was thrown well.
On sheet B, we have a correction to the lineup that we showed earlier in the game. Throwing lead for the Icebreakers is Lauren Kleinis, and Chase Hodgson is throwing second with Rooney Kleinis vicing today. Jeff Casper is skip.
And looking at C again, Diane Muldown is getting ready to throw the hammer rock for the Nutmeg team. If she makes a nose hit, it looks like it's for 2, I think. Rock is underway on sheet C. Sweepers are off it. Staying off it. Looks like it may be good. All right, so Team Nutmeg team picked up 2. So 2 red on sheet C, which makes the score Nutmeg 2, Chesapeake 1. And we're in the early stages of the ends of both sheet A and sheet B. On sheet A, the St. Andrews team doesn't have any guards in play. But there's a few rocks in the house. Derek is looking to juggle them around a little bit. Successfully remove a red rock, but looks like there is an available double for red to remove the 2 yellows on sheet A. Rock is on the way. Team Foster doesn't waste any time in the hack, that's for sure, which is a good thing. On sheet B, there are 2 guards and a red in the 8-foot. And Jeff has Chase chasing the rock, the red rock. Unfortunately, ticked a guard. The guard that was ticked went out of the house, and the yellow rock, the running rock, went out as well. So there's a center guard and a rock, opposition rock in the edge of the 8-foot. Team Massholes wasting no time as well. Guard is on its way. Trying to come around the yellow center guard. Left it open. 2 red rocks, edge of the 12 and the 8-foot on the left-hand side of the sheet is where facing it.
So is Casper going for a, is he trying to double these out? So he's just going for 1 at a time?
Angles aren't great for a double, but maybe hit the one in closer to the center thin,
Yeah,
and he may be able to get them both.
Keep going.
That line looks fairly good.
I'll
right.
settle for just one.
Remove one. On sheet A, yellow is lying 1, and Derek is drawing for a second rock on the opposite side of the house. Still 2 red rocks in the 12-foot. Might be hard to raise them because they're overlapping each other a bit. And the attempted throw for 2 did not succeed. It's probably 4th rock. So yellow is 1, red are 2 and 3. Yellow is 4 on sheet A. On sheet A, attempting to remove the line shot rock, the yellow rock, sweeping hard. Wreck on the guards.
It's a little bit of damage to their own standings there, a little bit, I think.
Yeah, opened up the 4-foot for.
Opened up the 4-foot, promoted a St. Andrew's rock up a little bit closer to the 4-foot, put it behind their own guard. I guess there's always the run back. You get rid of that yellow. And on sheet B, Team Icebreakers throwing a little bit heavy. Everybody's trying to get to the tee line last couple shots, but throwing a little bit heavy and overthrowing to the back of the 8-foot.
But Eli's frozen to the red rock, which is a pretty good spot for them to be.
They are very frozen to that red rock.
It would be hard to remove it.
If you can be degrees of frozen, they are very frozen.
What is it, very frozen and then really, really frozen?
I don't know if can you be slightly frozen?
Depends on the
Very
temperature.
frozen? Does it? Okay. Now they're slightly unfrozen, but the Massholes red rock did tick off of that yellow at the back of the 8-foot and roll off to the side, so it did its job.
They may be trying on sheet B to freeze to the yellow, although it looks maybe a little bit light.
This one looks a little bit light.
It may come around the
come
around the guard.
That'd be pretty good.
All right, so he's.
Okay, good sweeping there from the front end.
All right, so yellow's 1 and 2 on B behind a center guard, which is pretty good shape for them right now. On sheet A, Team Foster's looking to remove the lying yellow rock. The hit is on its way. And sheet C, that team is looking to draw around the center guard to the 4-foot. Came in a little bit heavy, but they're probably shot rock in the back of the house.
Mike, I think we're going to have to spice up this commentary. And it's early in the day. We'll have to start making things up.
I'm not good at spicing.
I want to spice things up.
Oh, no, I'd love to spice things up. I wish I had the skill to do it.
3-6.
Well, I wasn't here all weekend, so I can't talk about some of the goings on.
Oh, last night. Last night was exciting. We had raffles, gave away a 75-inch flat screen TV to one lucky winner. There's multiple lucky winners. That would have been really awkward to share the TV.
Who won? Do you remember?
It was Scott Truskin.
Ah, very good. Congratulations, Scott.
I'm not sure how long he has to collect his TV before it's up for grabs. Got a special guest in the house here, Karen.
What's happening here?
Well, the Massholes are up 4-1 over Team Icebreakers.
Come on, guys, let's go.
They're doing all right. Just half a shot in the last end, left an open hit for 4.
All right. Feeling good.
And I'm not sure exactly what the Massholes did on their last Red Rock here. We got distracted. But whatever they did, Casper is still sitting shot rock in 1 and 2.
And based on the broom placement, it looks like he wants to draw another one behind the center guard into the 4-foot.
I think somebody's baking cookies in here.
They smell good.
Does it smell like cookies? Sort of smells like waffle cone. It smells like that, like freshly baked waffle cone when you go into the ice cream shop. You'll have to take our word for that because we don't have any way to verify remotely that it actually smells like somebody's baking cookies in here.
And on sheet A, Kaiser. These harsh sound. Casper Kaiser. Derek is throwing. Looks like he is just drawing for 1. That yellow rock that's in the house is probably not in a good enough position for him to try to get 2. Anywhere touching white will give Team St. Andrews a point. So what do we have on sheet C?
What do we have on sheet C?
Is that last rock now?
Looks like Chesapeake is sitting shot rock with 1 yellow just behind the 4-foot in the solid middle of the 8-foot.
And it's the first of the skips rocks there, I think. The Kaiser rock is underway. Sweepers were going hard, stopped. Now they're walking it in. Looks like it should stop in time. And it will. 1 point for Team St. Andrews.
So St. Andrews on the board after 3 ends. Foster is still leading 2-1.
And on B, looks like an attempted angle raise. Is going to over curl. But it may have promoted the red enough so that their second shot, hard to tell from here. Can you do the overhead?
Yeah, we have the overhead over here. It's a little hard to tell because that red rock is a little bit probably distracting on the top of the back of the 8-foot.
Looks like it's probably too yellow though.
I think it does look like too yellow.
And
Karen seems to agree.
And this should be the hammer shot for Jeff, and his wife is standing next to us with her fingers crossed. Weight looks close on sheet B. On sheet A, attempted center guard is unfortunately swept into the house.
I think they're going through that a little bit, so they're going to get their 1, maybe 2. Well, they took it away pretty quickly, so they must be pretty confident. But which team is Okay, Team Icebreakers did pick up 2 on that, so it's now Massholes 4, Team Icebreakers 3.
On sheet A, the attempted come around was through the house. And on C, Team Nutmeg is getting ready to throw their last, but they don't have hammer this end. Can you do the overhead for sheet C or no?
No, I can't.
Okay.
If you want to, we can get up a ladder, and I can hang you by. I can hold on to your feet, and you can describe what's happening. We can have on the spot commentary.
We could, but I'm not.
Okay.
If you would give me a remote mic, I could go stand out on the ice.
If only we were that fancy. You can interview the players while they're sweeping. That would be exciting.
That would. And some of them would be able to talk and do it, like Derek, Jeff. Karen, you want to come over and say hello to Danny?
Do we know if Danny's watching?
Jeff said that Danny would be watching. So you want to talk to
Do we know that Danny's watching?
I don't know, Minnesota gang. Hopefully you're out there watching. This is like a reversal of fates here. Usually we're watching you online. Now you're looking at the old folks.
But I'll bet Danny's not getting nearly as nervous as you guys get.
Yeah, he's probably laughing, right, buddy? All right, enjoy the game.
Thanks, Karen. So Saray Politano with a very nice tap raise on sheet A. On sheet B, Team Casper's got another rock coming into the forefoot.
Golf Phenom from Cape Cod.
So on sheet B, I don't think they're trying to remove those yellow rocks. They just want to sit right in between the two of them. The draw weight looks pretty nice. May not curl enough.
Not curling very much here.
So it'll bounce into the open. Jeff's going to ignore that rock in the back
Yeah, I don't
behind
think
the
that
tee
had
line.
the
Just
effect
put-
they wanted there.
No, I think they wanted to sit right in the middle of the two of them.
Just didn't curl enough.
And now Jeff's just going to put a guard up in front of the two yellows and ignore the red in the back of the house. And over on A, Saray threw another nice rock into the forefoot. They're both not completely behind. One's completely behind cover, one's probably open a little bit. And we have a score on C. Looks like yellow scored since they're in the getting into the hack. Let's see how many points. Got 2. So it's Team Chesapeake 3, Team Nutmeg 2. Rock underway on sheet A. Looks like it's close to making the takeout or a tap back. But they don't get the roll that they want. On B, Team Casper ended up with a good guard. Or Team Icebreakers, rather. Looking to peel the guard. It goes away. Casper's probably going to put it right back. Greg Poole made a nice little tap back on sheet A. Now they're pretty much lying under cover. Skip might think about peeling those guards. Looks like they're debating between throwing a tap back or peeling, and it looks like they've chosen the attempted tap back red into the 4-foot. On sheet B, looking to run the center yellow guard. On sheet A, they make contact with the red and run it into the very top of the 4-foot, move a yellow, but yellow is still shot rock at the back of the 4.
And on B, they got rid of that yellow guard, but also took out their red rock that was at the back of the 4-foot, or the back of the 8-foot.
So Jeff will just be putting up another guard, I imagine. Nice draw around on sheet C by the Nutmeg team to actually all the way to the back 8 behind cover. And Team Chesapeake is looking to follow it down.
Another nice guard put up by Rooney Kleinis on sheet B.
And same thing for Greg Poole on sheet A.
And those two yellows in the back of the 4-foot are still pretty exposed. They'll have to make sure that they don't overcurl, and they'll take out that guard. They're going to go for the upweight, take out on the yellows. If they clear that guard, they'll be fine.
I think they don't mind moving the guard, though.
Well, they're going to have to not mind, because they did curl a little bit more than they hoped probably and tick that guard over.
Oh, that's why I said that.
Okay. They did leave Team Icebreakers with 3 Yellowstones counting right now, though.
3 yellow counting with the guard to come. Talking to Jeff Casper before the game, he was so incredibly complimentary about his teammates and the way that they've performed this tournament.
Well, we have the Kleinis pair of Kleinises here. I believe Jeff said that Lauren Kleinis, this is their first Bonspiel that she's ever played in. Well, she's a pretty new curler.
Making A final, that's pretty good.
Rooney Kleinis is a recreational curler. Curls maybe once a week, but has been doing great here, putting up those guards reliably last couple of shots. And Chase Hodgson is a new curler here at Ardsley. The Kleinises are friends of Jeff's from Cape Cod area.
Yeah, I think that they met each other when their sons were, and still are, competing together in junior men's. They're on the same team, and Marius and Danny are headed to the World Championships, World Junior Championships in, I think it's April in Sweden.
Oh, so they're playing. They're teammates right now, huh?
They're teammates right now.
Okay.
And I think Marius has 1 more year as a junior, and Danny is aging into the senior. No, senior, more senior.
Danny's going from 21 all the way to the 65.
Well, he's out of
rounder.
juniors and
Okay.
with the regular competitive curlers.
We'll call him an adult.
I can't.
Can't call him adult. I know. I'm not sure that I can either, because I know him since he was a little tot. Right, Danny?
Derek with a very, very nice result on sheet A. Lots of applause from the audience.
Just a little fist bump from his opponent.
Jeff Casper looking to throw a guard that didn't curl up enough. It takes away their ability to use the red corner guard, though. I think the yellow is probably still available. The yellow on the button is still available from the hat.
Yeah, I suspect I could probably see maybe almost half of it. Maybe a little bit less. But it looks like they're going to try to chip it out of there.
Yeah, skips first underway on sheet A for Team Foster. Close to the guard. Gets by the guard. Nice shot.
And over on A, that leaves Foster with 3 in the forefoot. Has Shot Rock +2 and 3.
And so Kaiser's got to come down and make a similar shot. On sheet A, the attempted hit on the rock in the forefoot is underway. And it overcurls and remains open. Casper will be looking to guard that better this time. It's interesting, John, that he's throwing the outside in guard instead of going from the center line out.
So is that the intern or the outturn he's throwing?
He's throwing the intern. That's curling enough. Now it just has to stop. Maybe down to it.
Looks like Derek's first rock crashed on a guard. So it's leaving Foster open for 4 to take 4.
Oh boy. The thing about Derek, though, is he always looks the same whether he's winning or losing.
He does.
He was born 50 years old.
But I think he was born with that beard, wasn't he?
Probably.
I noticed that he did get a haircut, though. He used to have that Matt Hamilton look. He was growing out those Matt Hamilton-style locks.
Well, the rock is underway, but I'm not sure that it's going to get there. It may wreck on a guard on sheet A.
I think Foster might be happy with it. It does tick off a guard.
Taking 3 is really good.
I think they'll be happy with their 3.
Now, it's a challenging shot for Skip on Team B, on sheet B. Casper right on the button and a rock right behind it. There's a couple inches of space between them. Takeout's on the way. Skip's holding off the sweepers. Now calling them sweep.
Oh, hopping back and forth there.
Must be close.
Must be close. Is it going to... Oh, he's by the guard.
But it's going to leave him
a little wide.
Oh, it's close. Well, looks like it's too yellow. It's good effort, though. There's not much she could do.
But Team Icebreaker steals 2 yellow to go up over Massholes by a score of 5-4 after 4 ends.
And Karen Casper's not even smiling back here. Now she is.
Now she is.
So at the start of the 5th on sheet A, Team Foster is up 4-1 over Team St. Andrews. On sheet B, with the score that was just made, Team Icebreakers has 5. Team Massholes has 4. Very close game. Great game for a championship game for an A final.
Nice close game.
And on sheet C, they are still in the 4th end. It's 3 for Nutmeg and 2 for Chesapeake. There's a lot of rocks spread around the house on sheet C. Most of them are red, but it's hard to see who's counting what from our angle.
Most of them at the back of the house. Well, by most, four at the back of the house, 3 at the front.
Yellow skips first shot, attempting a draw, taps a red through. Hard to tell from here whose shot. And it looks like the players are trying to figure it out as well. Team Casper got a center guard put up. Probably calling for another one here from Lauren. And I can't believe she's a brand new curler. Playing very, very well.
Well, this whole team has been playing well this weekend. They're currently undefeated, 4-0 games. So is so are the Massholes coming into here. Looks like the Massholes might have played one fewer game to get to this final. They took the shorter path.
And on sheet C, Diane is throwing her first of her 2 skips rocks. She does not have hammer. Based on the broom placement, looks like she's just trying to draw behind the center guard to the 4-foot.
Another shot by Massholes that probably didn't have the effect that they wanted. They overcurled a little bit, did hit that yellow, but just rolled it out to the 12-foot, and the Icebreaker's yellow stone in the 12-foot might still be. It's pretty close to. A little hard to tell who's shot right now, but still only early in the end.
Is Jeff drawing in or calling a center guard? I can't.
Yes.
I didn't see the call. Yes, one of those 2?
Yes. I don't know. I was still trying to figure out who was closer. I'm going to say he's going for the draw.
Do you get to place bets after events happen too?
You have a second and a half to place a bet before the camera catches up to the broadcast.
I got to start watching the TVs and not the game.
I wonder if anybody's betting on this game. I mean, online betting is legal in New York now, isn't it?
It is, but I've looked. I don't think curling is
Curling
there
is
yet.
not up there, and even if it is, you don't think that the Big Apple Bonspiel is one of the events that people are betting on big?
No. But in Canada, some of the online betting companies are sponsors of some of the major curling teams. I think there's a company called Good Bets or Cool Bets that is a major sponsor for Team Homan, for example. And Homan made the announcement of their new team member, Fleury, on a podcast held by the betting company.
Sounds a little fishy.
So on sheet B, the Massholes removed Chase's first throw, and now he's removing their throw. So we're back to where we were before Chase, after Chase threw his first rock. They're probably going to want to hit that and roll. Throw is underway on sheet B. very close to making it. They ticket and roll and tap on their own, so they're lying first and second out in the 12-foot. Recognizing that's a potential issue, Jeff is trying to get at least one of those out. Probably can get both if it hits at the right angle.
So interesting strategy, going all around the 12-foot.
Right, but if he draws around behind and they get rid of it, they're then lying 3, and he risks a big end. He's already given up one big end. I don't think he wants to do another one.
Control!
Rock needs to curl a little bit. Does it roll behind cover or does it roll out? Rolls out.
Rolls out.
But that's still a good result.
Takes him down by 1.
Now the Massholes will try to draw around behind the center guard. Another option would be to draw to the 12-foot on the opposite side of the house and lie 2 that way. Force Casper to make a decision about whether or not to come around behind the corner guard or get rid of one of the outside rocks. Just ticks the corner guard. And red is still lying 1 and 2. Jeff elects a hit. Second shot rock. Even if he makes this, unless he gets a nice roll, red will still be shot after this. Nice takeout on sheet B. He's waving and acknowledging the non-existent applause in the background. Instead of drawing to the other open side of the house, Massholes elect to come around behind the guard.
And some exciting action happening over on sheet C in the game between Chesapeake and the Irish Rovers, where they're measuring for a stone.
There's little in sport more exciting than measuring a stone. We need an overhead camera so we can watch that too.
We do.
No response from the boys. They must be practicing.
Not here. Yeah.
On a Sunday morning, an hour behind our time.
So on sheet A, yellow is 1, but red is 2, 3, and 4. And it looks like they're just trying to draw to the yellow in the back of the house. Rock is on its way. Sweeper should come into view in a moment. There they are. Weight looks close. Weight was perfect, just a little bit wide. Yellow is still 1. Nice result on sheet B for Team Casper. Team Icebreakers, rather. But red is still a shot rock, although there's a lot of yellow rucks spread around the house.
A lot of yellow rocks spread around the house, and Jeff has the hammer in this end, I think. Nope, he doesn't. He scored in the last end. Just can't count.
You computer programmers, I thought you were good at counting.
No, that's why we have computers.
All right, on sheet A, Derek Kaiser looking to tap his yellow back into a scoring position. Heroic sweeping by Saray gets it close. But I can't tell. Actually, it looks like yellow is 1 and 2 on sheet A. Sheet B, the Massholes looking to put a second rock in the house. Sheet C is a little bit behind our games on A and B, but it's a tie game, so it's an exciting game going on there in the fifth, early in the fifth end. On sheet B, they successfully put another red rock in the house, but it looks like there is a possible double. I suspect, knowing Jeff, that's what he's trying. The rock at the right edge of the 4-foot may jam on the yellow on the outside, if made. On sheet A, really nice come around to be shot rock. Beautiful shot by Skip on sheet A. Lying 1. And it may be difficult for Derek to tap that back and score 2. So Mr. Casper gets rid of 1 of the 2. And I can't tell, but John, what do you think? Is red 1 and 2 on sheet B?
Well, they're not sure either. They keep walking back and forth, and it's hard to tell from the from where we are in the studio.
I've always wanted to say that. Mike and John from the studio. I like the sound of that.
From Ardsley Carling Club Plaza.
We could call it the John Schuster Studio and no one would know the difference.
We could do that. I don't know if it's a studio or is it the broadcast booth.
I don't even know if it's a booth.
Which one sounds better? Studio or Brudio?
I like studio.
Okay.
But we're actually neither. We're a temporary table.
We're on a folding plastic table with wires all over the place.
On sheet B, Skip's rock is on the way. Whoa, that's close.
Oh, and that comes up pretty short. Let's see, they kicked away that back red pretty quickly, so they must
know
be
what it
sure
is.
what it is.
We'll see when they hang the score.
It looks like this. I guess it was 2 for Massholes.
And on sheet A, it looks like Derek Casper has decided on a out-turn draw.
That'd be Derek Kaiser. And on sheet B, Jeff Casper is calling for another beer.
So was it
So
deuce score 2 for
Yeah, so
Team Massholes?
I guess those 2 reds were out counting that yellow.
When Jeff's got his hands on his hip like he just did, you know he's not a happy guy.
Is that what it is? Yeah. Do you play poker against these guys? Because you know everybody's tell. Derek would be a tough one, huh? Kaiser would be a tough one.
Derek would be a tough one, but I can't play poker because I have a zillion tells. I can't hide what I'm thinking.
Do you giggle?
I don't know. I don't giggle.
Okay.
Darting eyes, though.
You gotta get the visor and the sunglasses.
Kaiser threw a nice rock, but it came in heavy. So it looks like one red, I would suspect. The way they kicked them away so fast, we didn't get a chance to count them up.
Well, hopefully they did before they moved them.
That's their job. Very nice corner freeze by Chase on sheet B. Not quite frozen, but good enough for club curling. And Team Massholes just put a guard in a really nice spot that'll make it hard for Jeff to use that nice frozen draw that was just made. On sheet A, attempted draw around the reds. It will tick and roll off. On sheet B, the attempt is to draw around the center guard. Rock is on the way, deciding whether or not to sweep.
Oh, I think they better sweep that because it's going to crash.
Close to crashing. And it will. It will roll on off. On the other hand, it should open up the ability to use the frozen yellow rock, which Skip Kim recognizes immediately and wants to put a corner guard up to keep Jeff from being able to use it. And on sheet C, Team Chesapeake in good position in this end with 2 guards in the forefoot. There are 3 reds lying around, but they're going to put up a center guard and make it difficult for Diane to be able to get at those yellows. The attempted center guard on sheet B has come heavy, being swept. See how far it can go out. Just edges over the back line, but still well in play in the 12-foot. Now Jeff is going to try to use that frozen rock, remove the red, and roll under behind the center guard. On sheet 8, nice draw around the guards by Team Kaiser, Team St. Andrews. The attempt to run back the yellow was not successful by the rock that was thrown, but it inadvertently tapped another rock into another rock and moved the yellow over to an open spot, which Team Massholes are going to try to remove now. Attempted hit is underway on sheet B. Now red is lying 1, 2, and 3 under a corner guard. Team Casper's got its work cut out for it here to be able to get more than 1. Attempted long tap run back by Team Kaiser, and it makes it very, very well. It's going to stop on the tee line.
And second shot by Rooney Kleinis takes out one of the red stones, still leaves 2 counting at the top of the 12-foot on sheet B.
So, John, were you here, or did you listen to the broadcast of last night's games?
I was here.
Tell you, I was at home, and I thought that Amy and Aaron and Saray did a great job. Certainly, they were a more fun group and knew more about curling fashion than we do, or at least that we're talking about.
They did an excellent job. In fact, we've signed them on for new contracts for the upcoming season.
They get paid?
They get paid twice what you do for doing this.
And
Twice what I do, also.
they deserve probably 5 or 6 times what I get paid.
Another last night, we had our game against the Fast Casuals. And who did they play against? They played against the Chesapeake team that's playing over on Sheet C now. Fast Casuals is a group of folks that have really never curled before, and they started practicing to play in this Bonspiel.
Wow, where are they from?
And they're from various places in New York. There's, I think, one of them is from Manhattan. One is maybe 1 or 2 from Brooklyn. But they're from the New York City area. They came up here and they were playing as associate members and practicing. Didn't do too well on their first couple shows out in the Big Apple. But their game against Chesapeake last night, they were holding their own pretty nicely up until the last rock. They unfortunately did lose in that last game, but good to see that group of folks with no real curling experience can come out here and have fun, have a good time.
Well, that's one of the great things about an event like this. That it's competitive. People want to win, but you can come and have a good time. And unlike golf, nobody cares whether you're good or not. They just want to make sure people learn to enjoy the game and have fun.
Well, that's what we're hoping that people get out of these Bonspiels here. Like to feed people well, so everybody enjoys the food and the camaraderie and the games and the raffles.
Well, listening to the background of last night's game, it sounded like people were not only fed well, but were lubricated well.
We had a stand-up comic doing some comedy for the crowd at 9:30 after the last draw went on. Shortly, about the same time the last draw was going on, about 9:30.
Was it Mike Spensieri?
It was not Mike. No, I think this guy was. I think he was actual professional.
Oh, wow! We're going big time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice shot on sheet A. That's one of the few times I think that Dana Kaiser was happy that her dad, Derek Kaiser, was yelling at her to sweep or don't sweep. Very nice shot. That hole is about the width of a rock, maybe a little bit more. Between the 2 reds on the right side of the sheet as we face it.
So Derek is smiling again. I think that's the one difference is that either smiles or he sort of just has no expression.
Well, I think he's smiling because Greg is sitting there with him, and Greg keeps him relaxed.
Greg keeping him relaxed? Okay.
So they're attempting to come through that hole on sheet A. It looks like it.
And we're down to Jeff Casper's last skip stone on sheet B for the Icebreakers. Jeff's last shot, nice draw to the button, so he's which was taken out by the Massholes. They are a bunch of Massholes to take out that last shot of Jeff's.
This shot looks a little heavy.
So hopefully Jeff will be able to throw that again for pickup 1.
It's got to stop.
Looking a little heavy. No sweeping. Chase is already walking to the back of the ice, and it looks like the Massholes pick up 2.
And it's a telltale sign when the sweepers turn the other way.
Yeah, unless I've counted wrong again, and there's still like 6 rocks to go.
And they were not able to get through that hole. They hit both reds, and now we're serving as a guard on the 2 yellows in the house on sheet A.
So big chance here on sheet A for St. Andrews to make a comeback within striking distance. So St. Andrews now sitting 4 yellows over on A. Still a few rocks left to go here, though. But it
So
looks
is
like
Derek calling for a guard, or is he looking to bring another one in on sheet A? So yellow picked up 2 on B, so the score there is now...
red picked up 2.
Red picked up 2, so it's 8-5 red on sheet B. Red being the Massholes against the Icebreakers. Team Chesapeake picked up 2 in the 5th on sheet C, so they are now up 5-3.
Yeah, the Massholes picked up 3 on that one.
3.
They're now ahead 9-5.
Well, Team Casper needs guards, and more guards.
And some points.
Without guards, no points. Well, no more than 1. So, Kaiser throwing a guard on sheet A. Bumped up red into a position that it can be raised to be shot rock. Well, not shot rock, but to remove those 2. But not an easy shot. Team Icebreakers corner guard drew a little heavy and is in the house, but Team Massholes is electing not to hit it, even though they could because it's no longer a free guard. It looks like they're putting up a center guard of some kind. I think I would go with this, given the score, I would go top 4 foot, top 8 foot. That's what they're doing. They drew pretty heavy. They might have thought about sweeping that all the way through. Sitting there in the back is probably only going to help Team Casper.
Over on sheet A, St. Andrews has a chance to pick up 5 right now. Derek Kaiser's last rock.
Well, here's how I know I'm really old. I'm older than Derek, and he's out there using a horsehair broom, which people haven't used for many years.
I think that's actually Derek hair broom.
Derek hair broom?
Yeah, I think that's when he got his haircut. I think he had it made into a curling broom.
Oh, so it's a new hair broom.
It's a new hair broom, yeah. Not an old horse hair broom.
God bless him. The rock is on its way.
And you probably use one of those fancy synthetic brooms, huh?
Yeah. The newfangled. Sweeping hard for a piece. Really hard. Greg is one of our best sweepers. Draws for 5. Nice pickup. Which ties the game up.
And we've got handshakes all among the Kaiser team. That's among themselves, just they're happy that they are now tied.
But Derek's not smiling, though. He needs Greg next to him to get him smiling.
Well, brushes his hair back with a sigh of relief.
Kind of a suave look.
It was a suave look.
So let's take a look here on sheet C. Team Chesapeake line 2. One of the 2 pretty open. Nutmeg is looking to hit it and perhaps make the double roll around. Looks like a field goal. Oh, nope, they get one of the 2. Team St. Andrews throwing up a center guard. And on sheet B, Team Icebreakers has got 2 rocks spread apart in the house, one biting on one side and one on the 8 foot on the other side. looking to draw to the side of the rock with the 8-foot on sheet B. On sheet C, the second vice stone for Nutmeg looks to be a takeout on the rock in the top of the 4. Possibly can get the one in the back as well. Another center guard going up on sheet A for Team Kaiser. Sweepers are working hard.
Probably a little bit of renewed energy over there on Team Kaiser, St. Andrews.
Looks like sweepers step away. So they've got a guard on either side of the center line on sheet B, on sheet A rather. On sheet C, while I was watching sheet A, it looks like the Nutmeg rock just nudged over the Chesapeake rock and didn't remove anything. Those two rocks on sheet B close to each other, and the team Masshole is looking to remove both of them with the shot that's coming. Jeff probably wanted those rocks spread out a little bit more than they are. And it looks like they're going to make it.
They're going to get their double.
Jeff's got his vice throw on sheet B, throws the yellow rock to the opposite side of the house, over somewhere near that red one. On sheet A, Saray Politano is looking to take out the red rock in the 12-foot. Rock is underway in both sheets. Sheet C, the Chesapeake team is looking to draw a third rock in the house. On sheet A, St. Andrews makes the hit and roll, so they're lying 2 on A. On sheet B, very nice draws made. They're actually a little bit heavier than they wanted, but it's out counting the red, so they're lying 1 and 2 on sheet B. Sheet C is going to be Diane's Muldowney's first shot for the Nutmeg team. They're figuring out what the shot's going to be. And it looks like she's calling lightweight takeout on the rock in the back of the 4-foot, hoping to flop over into the 4-foot. Sheet A is attempting to take out the rock, actually draw weight. They were probably looking to freeze to that rock in the 8-foot and came up a little bit short of that, but won't be that easy to remove. Removable, but not easy. On sheet B, the Massholes, it feels funny saying that all the time, but the Massholes removed the yellow rock. We remove it back and it may roll out, but stays in. So it's still 1 and 2 yellow. And on sheet A, they were able to remove the red, but unfortunately lose theirs in the back. And on sheet C, the attempted takeout or lightweight takeout is coming down the sheet. Will it curl up enough to be shot? Just a little bit wide, couple inches wide. Very, very nice weight, perfect weight. Sheet A looking to hit the rock that was just thrown. Team Foster. Line looks pretty good. They remove that rock. The Kaiser team will be looking to do that right back again. On sheet B, looking to remove one of the 2 yellows. On sheet C, I don't know if he's trying to come in or throw a guard. Either would be acceptable, unless he's heavy coming in. Takeouts underway on sheet A. Sweeper looking to push it. little bit wide, rolls out, but gets rid of the rock. On sheet B, sweeping very hard for a piece. That straightens it up. Very nice sweeping. Good throw, good sweep by Massholes. And the draw on sheet C is turning itself into a guard, which is probably a good thing. And Diane needs to decide what she's doing. She may throw a similar shot to what she threw last rock. And it looks like she is. On sheet A, they were able to remove the yellow rock, but they are not in the house. The red rock is out of the house. Team Casper gets a bit of a miss here. They attempted to take out Rex on their own guard and rolls out. And I got the colors backwards here, didn't I? That was not a miss. That was a miss, but not in a good way for Team Casper. Now the Massholes will look to take out the other yellow, lie two, and really put Jeff in a hole. While I was watching that rock, some action happened on sheet C. I'm not sure what the end result was. We'll see when they hang the score. Yellow must have scored because they'll be throwing first. On sheet A, attempting to draw to the yellow in the back of the house. Close to being made. Taps it back through. So Skip's first rock on A coming up.
And over on B, Casper is just looking for a draw. Any place in the full 8 foot will do it. Pick up one.
Sheet A, Kaiser really wants to figure out a way to manufacture 2 points to come home without the hammer, up 2 instead of just 1. Casper makes a nice draw on sheet B. They'll be coming home without the hammer, down 3. That's a challenging position to be in. On sheet A, Kaiser for St. Andrews makes a nice come around hit. Back of the 4 foot. Team Foster just wants to get rid of that rock. Force Derek to 1. So they are coming home with the hammer, up 1. John Schuster, you're still around, right?
I'm still here. I was dozing a little, taking an afternoon nap. It's Sunday.
Sunday afternoon nap?
Sunday afternoon nap.
It's usually a lot better on the couch at home, though.
Yeah, well.
You sleep pretty good sitting upright.
I sleep pretty good. So I sleep with my eyes open so people don't catch on.
On sheet A, the rock is successfully removes the Rock of St. Andrews.
The Rock of St. Andrews.
That's a great name, the Rock of St. Andrews, like the Rock of Ages.
It sounds biblical.
If you look at Derek looks like a biblical character. The beard, the long hair.
Yeah, and the St. Andrews flashy blue jacket.
So he's Oh, no, there's still more rocks to come. I thought he had hammer.
Oh no,
does
Derek
not.
scored in the last end, so
So he's got a
so if he keeps them to 1, then he will have the hammer coming back in the 8th,
Yeah.
and he can pick up 2. Is this Derek's first shot? Wasn't counting
This is
stones
Derek's second shot.
over there. Derek's second shot.
So he wants to get buried behind the guard. Sweepers are working early. You can't see that on the screen yet, but they're sweeping pretty hard early. That's curling. Maybe gets by the guard. That's by the guard. And over curling, popping out the other side. So back forward, touching 8 foot. Not completely open. They'll be able to see some of it from the house. But, worst case for Team St. Andrews is they're down 1 width. And if they miss the shot, they're coming home up 1 without. On sheet B, Team Massholes throws their first through after Team Casper put up a center guard. Actually, 2 center guards. Rock is underway on sheet A. Looks a little wide. Trying to sweep it over. Casper steals 1. So it's not Casper. Kaiser. The K words is K and C words again. So St. Andrews is up 7-6. And Team Foster will have the hammer coming home in the 8th end. It's another free guard for Team Casper. Team Massholes can start to remove guards now. Definitely exciting game on sheet A. It remains to be seen whether the one on sheet B will turn into an exciting game. It's been good so far. Good curling by both sides.
Well, that worked out nicely for them.
Run double peel, but it still leaves a center guard up that Casper can use. Elects to come in now. Wants to be top house for sure. Doesn't want to be deep. On sheet B, Chesapeake is lying 2, but Nutmeg is throwing to nestle down in the 2 where they're in the back 12 foot. Over curling a touch. So it's a pretty good shape. Little heavy on sheet B. Should stay in the house. Stays in back 12, almost touching the back line. Corner guard on sheet A, and 1 in the top 12 by Team Kaiser. Derek looking for a tight guard on sheet A, it's a tight center guard. Attempted takeout of the rock in the back of the 12 by Team Massholes on B is missed.
I'm not sure if they were taking out that backstone or if they were trying to take out that guard.
Oh, I didn't see the call. I just saw the rock running. You're right. It's probably taking out the guard.
Yeah, I think they were trying to peel that guard originally, but it's by both of those pushed a little bit wide.
So another draw in.
So over on A, Kaiser picks up 1 on 7th end.
Shot on Team A looks a touch heavy. Weight's coming down. Weight's looking good now. Top 12-ish. Call is the attempted slash double. Over on sheet C, nutmeg appears to be 1 and 2 in the back of the house, however. Politano's first coming down on sheet A, looking to hit the red in the back 8 foot. Looks like it's close. Whoa, barely gets by the guard. Very nicely done. Kaiser team sitting 3 now. On sheet B, they're able to make the takeout, but not the double that they were hoping to make. And it ends up in a spot that'll be difficult for Casper to get underneath. It's there. It's not an easy shot. And on sheet C, Team Chesapeake drew to the back 4 foot right in front of one of Nutmeg's rocks. So Chesapeake is now lying 1 on sheet C. They're still in the 7th end. The other 2 games are in the 8th. Rooney's shot inadvertently takes out their own in the back of the house, making Team Icebreakers' chances getting smaller by the minute. On sheet A, looking to take out the red in the top of the 12 foot. Rock is a little wide. Removes it, and it doesn't crash on any yellows, so it ends up being a good result. Another yellow rock gone. And handshakes on sheet B. So congratulations to Team Massholes, our friends from Broomstones, on winning the A event in the 2022 Big Apple. Runner-up Team Icebreakers, skipped by Jeff Casper. Well played game, though, even given the score. Definitely a well played game. On sheet A, very nice draw by Team Foster to a rock behind the tee line. And the call is to double the 2 of them out. Definitely want to unlock the yellow behind behind the red. Very nice shot. Greg Poole with a heck of a shot, removes the frozen stone and rolls their own behind a corner guard. Well done. Sheet C, it looks like Nutmeg is first and second shot, and they're calling for a rock in the top 12 around the center line. Another very nice draw by Team Foster on sheet A, down to the rock in the back of the house. It's tough to tell whether they're a shot rock or not. Call is for Poole to chip out the red. Derek doesn't mind if he loses that back yellow. Shot Rock on sheet C is underway by Diane. Handshakes for our contestants in the A event coming off the ice. Oh, and two pistols by Greg Poole. Removes the red and the yellow behind it. John, I don't know if you were looking, but Greg just made another very nice chip out double.
I missed that one. I was watching they were congratulating the winners and the runners-up of the A event as they exited the ice here.
Wow, it looks like Diane drew heavy on sheet C, but they're line 1, 2, and 3. But it's a massive wall of rocks for yellow to come down to if they want to. On sheet A, attempted draw to the yellow in the back of the T line by Team Foster. A little bit heavy, being swept, and it's swept out. So yellow is 1 and 2 in the 8th end here in the B event. Yellow does not have hammer, and Kaiser and Poole are deciding where they want to best put the rock to protect the 1-point lead that they have. Sheet C, as we talked about, Chesapeake drew down to that wall of reds in the back. They are shot, and can't tell from here whether there's much Diane can do about that, other than draw for her 1. So Team Kaiser has settled on a shot. John, did you see what Derek had called? Because I was looking at the other.
I was watching sheet C. I guess we'll have to find out when everybody else finds out.
Yeah, maybe looking for top 12. Something like that.
He's trying to send something up to the top of the house and just keep her from.
Yeah, something where even if they hit it, they're not shot rock. Rock is on its way. Sweepers are going. You all can't see that yet. Both sweepers sweeping hard. Vice Skip has come out to watch, to help actually. So they think it's light. It's hard, they're going hard. Greg has taken the rock. And top 12. Decision time for Team Foster. They want to try to draw behind or remove those and make their next shot a little bit easier. What would you do here, John?
I think I would try to draw in behind those yellows.
I'm sorry, Casper distracted me there, John. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just got high compliments. Amy said we were doing a good job.
Amy's been here probably, I don't know, drinking beer often.
So with that ice, it looks like they're drawn behind.
I would try to draw behind those two yellows.
Sweepers are off it. Rock is underway. It's about to cross the hog line. Sweepers are still off it. Now you can see. Looks maybe a little heavy.
It's a little heavy, but it looks like it's going to stick around in scoring position. Maybe not.
I can't tell.
Yeah. It looks like the yellow up in the front. The one that Greg is pointing to. The yellow just the one that Derek's giant head is over right now. Looks like it might be shot rock.
Derek's putting his broom top 8. Greg is pointing to top 4. personally, I like a little bit higher to make them draw. If you're top 4, they will hit and they're shot, and well, it's only for 1 though. Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's extra end.
Extra end if they tie.
Possibility of bonus curling.
Could get bonus curling. So is he trying to just put this up in the top?
Looks like top 8,
I don't know
top 8, top 4.
I don't know if they're they have a better view of whether red or yellow is out counting there.
I saw Greg tap the yellow rock, so
Yeah,
I
that's what it
suspect
looked
they
like.
think it's yellow.
It does look like it's might be yellow. So is he trying to put something at the top 8 to ensure that it's yellow?
They pointed to top 8, top 4. I don't know what they decided on. On sheet C, while this rock is underway, and you all can't see, Team Nutmeg scored 1, so they're down 3 without the hammer in the last end. Rock is underway. Sweepers are off it. Little cleaning. Sweepers are way off it now. They're walking behind.
A little bit heavy for.
They're looking.
Maybe not. Yeah, a little bit heavier than Derek had wanted, I think.
Yeah, can they make it?
So they have to make it and stay.
And stay. They can definitely make it and tie. Can they make it and stay for the win?
Well, they have to make it and stay, and that red rock in the back has to be out counting the yellow to win.
Exactly.
So we're not completely sure who's counting here. So hit and roll out, and they're going to and we go into bonus curling.
Depending.
Maybe, because we can't tell.
All right, on sheet C, Team Nutmeg is just drawn around the center guard to the button. Rock is underway on sheet A. It's crossing the far hog line. Sweepers are all alongside. Now they're both sweeping hard.
That's pretty tight to the center line. That looks like
it's right on the center line now. It's maybe on the yellow in the top of the house.
I think Dan looks like Dan Weiss here knows who's
they're shaking hands already.
What the outcome is here.
All right. Congratulations to Team St. Andrews from here from Ardsley on winning the B event, and Team Foster and Team St. Andrews played a great game. So on sheet C, the counting rock of Nutmeg was removed. Still left a center guard. So Diane will draw around again. They're cleaning off the rocks on sheet A. You'll hear a bunch of applause from the warm room in a moment. I'm sure Derek is very proud to be winning this particular event, wearing the St. Andrews color, since his parents were members of that club for a long time, and he's rejuvenated it here at Ardsley. So hats off to him for that and for winning the game.
Absolutely. Looks like Derek's breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief after that comeback and a win.
Yeah, but he's still not smiling.
He's not smiling, but I think I did see him breathe a little bit of a relief there.
So Diane draws another one behind on sheet C. It's half open. The applause is for the teams coming off sheet A. Very good game. But there's an almost smile by Derek. Almost smile. So on sheet C, for Team Chesapeake, basically it's a game of remove red rocks. They're looking to get rid of the red in the house. If they ever clip the center guard, they're going to be good with that. All right, that's another one gone. It's a game in numbers now. So Nutmeg on C trying to bump up the red, give them a different look at what they need to remove and want to remove. Weight looks pretty good. It's over curling a touch. Very nice weight, very nice shot. That's going to be hard for him to remove. He's going to peel the center guard. If they successfully peel the center guard, that may be, the game may be over, but they got to throw more rocks to prove it. Rock is underway on sheet C. So the peel of the center guard. Clearing shot. Successfully clear it. Diane, oh, I just noticed Diane also with the hair broom. Is that Derek's hair too?
I think that's also Derek's hair, yeah. Derek had a lot of hair before he got his haircut.
Oh, he was back to normal now. I actually didn't notice that he had gotten his haircut until you pointed it out. I knew he had gotten long, but I forgot.
Well, even short, his hair is many, many times more lush and longer than mine.
You have hair?
I used to. Yeah, I have hair. It's in a box at home. Been saving it. Saving it up. Hoping one day I'll make a curling broom.
Okay. Phil Bruce from Cape Cod is asking what the lineup was for Massholes.
The Massholes. The skip was Kim Jennett. Vice was Jake Davis. Second, Dimitri Ryback. And lead, Elizabeth Brown.
So Team Nutmeg put a rock in the top 12.
In fact, if you want to go to bonspieler.com, you can see all the line scores for all the games in the Ardsley Big Apple 2022 and all the teams and who played and what their records were and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
it's bonspieler.com.
And Phil, for you and any other club leaders out there, this app is a wonderful tool for keeping the scores end by end and game by game and team by team for Bonspiel. So take a look at it, bonspieler.com. I hadn't heard of it before this weekend, but really it's very, very good. So on sheet C, they missed the clearing shot. Diane is calling for another rock right nearby, the rock that's in the top of the 12. And Phil, John would know better than me, but I think, for example, if you put in Ardsley, you'll find this Bonspiel, and you can see how it worked for this spiel. Diane's shot is underway. Sweeper's walking behind it. Weight looks close, maybe a little heavy. Sweeper's starting to pay attention. Weight's light. Close. So she was looking for top 12.
Like she'll get top 8.
Yeah.
Top 4.
Doubles are hard. Deciding what shot they want to take. Definitely want to remove at least one.
Chesapeake team does have the hammer in this end.
They remove 2, game's over. I think Diane's only got 1 left, right?
Diane does have just 1 left.
All right, Diane's still breathing. Looking for the hit and roll in between the 2 reds and make a draw. Or actually, all he needs to do is make contact with Granite and he'll win the game. While they're getting set up, John, I wasn't here all weekend. Maybe talk for a second about the weekend, and we can call this shot.
Well, it was a weekend. I was here yesterday afternoon, but I wasn't here for Friday. But this event had 24 teams from all over the country and all over the and across the world. We had a team from Lucerne, Switzerland, came to join us. They are the winners of the D event. They lost 1 game out of to be knocked out of the A event, made it to D. Won that game this morning. We have teams from a lot of combination teams here. Couldn't get full teams together, but combined teams with like Cape Cod and Ardsley. We have some Brimstone
Cedar
teams.
Rapids.
There was a team from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Detroit, I think there was some player.
I believe there was a player from Detroit.
Rock's underway here. She may get the hit and
I
roll.
believe we had teammates from Chicago came and joined some of our Ardsley players.
Well, red is line 3. He's got to make a shot. Oh no, they're line 2. They got the yellow on the outside. It must be 3 if they're doing this.
Well, over on the overhead camera, I can't even see if that.
It doesn't look close. It looks like it's.
So 1, 2.
They need 3, right? Yeah.
Red needs 3, and yellow. Yeah, red needs 3 to tie.
And the yellow on the outside.
Not sure. I think he's just throwing this way. Yeah, he just threw an intern.
Yeah. All right, so
to the outside corner.
Looks like our winner here is the Chesapeake team. Another well-played game. Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations to all of our teams that joined us here at the Ardsley Big Apple Bonspiel 2022. We're glad to be back after a couple of cancellations during our COVID years.
And thanks to those who chose to spend a Sunday afternoon watching and listening. We appreciate your attendance.
And if anybody is, if you're in the greater New York City area and looking to try curling, if you've never curled before, I don't know that we've have any more open houses this season because the open houses this year have been quite popular and all have sold out. But check us out online at ardsleycurling.com for our schedules over the when we reopen for the season in early October, late September, early October. Ardsley does shut down from about end of April through the beginning of October for the summer. But we'll be back next year with more Bonspiels and more curling action.
All right, good curling, everybody. And John, as always, a pleasure doing this with you. Thanks for asking.
Mike.
Appreciate it.
Good night.